My daily show where I bring you welcome to Talking to the Void. Sorry for the weird setup right now. I don't exactly have my microphones. They're actually at my friend's house. But anyway, this is Talking to the Void, kind of an old series I did, kind of bringing it back. I originally thought I would do just a solo podcast series, but turns out, no, I'll probably just fall back on the old format I did with something new. Basically, it's going to be news of the day delivered to you today instead of yesterday because, let's face it, I have a day job, can't exactly do everything in a timely manner. So technically, this is recording the night before, going through all the news that I think was important of the day. Today is Monday, September 28th, 2015, and let's get through the news. Let me open the notepad since I didn't already have it previously open, because I'm really bad at this. So, no multiplayer in Uncharted. Basically, the developers talked about how they didn't want to splinter the audience because people still play Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 online. Uncharted 3 online, not that great. Uncharted 2 online, really good. Probably because it's the best game of the series. I mean, let's face it, Naughty Dog knows that. They've basically plastered it all over the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. The demo was apparently out as well. That's another news story, but I couldn't find it in the PlayStation Store. I searched for it, and then I also went on Twitter. Apparently, it's actually only available in the European Union right now, probably because of the whole time difference thing. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it. They had a demo station at the GameStop Expo. Unfortunately, it only played a little bit of Chapter 5, which is pretty much the beginning of the best stretch of gameplay in any game, which is chapters 5 through 13, which is the beginning of Urban Warfare, when you're in Nepal and you're going with Chloe to meet up with her. From that stretch up until basically the ending of the train section, and even a little bit into the whole walking around that village after Drake has been injured from the train crash and all that type of stuff, and you're walking around with Tenzin, who doesn't speak English, and it's kind of like this alien sort of language place where you don't understand anyone, so you're kind of just slowly walking around, and it's really like a compression time, well, not compression time, but it's like a relaxing time basically for the player and Drake because they went through a lot of hell. But anyway, I'll stop rambling about Uncharted 2. Love that game. Basically, Rise of the Tomb Raider is getting its own Xbox One bundle, which is not that surprising given that Xbox and Microsoft have been really pushing that as a Xbox game this fall. It's coming to 360 as well. The graphics comparison came out for it. I remember seeing a picture of it, and boy, there is a big difference between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 versions of that game. Probably why they haven't shown off anything for the 360 version, because it certainly does not look like a great game. Well, it probably still plays great, because I know Titanfall played great on the 360. That's where I played a majority of Titanfall, and I think it was an adequate game. But with the Rise of the Tomb Raider, it definitely seems like they're making big pushes for the next-gen hardware, which is good because pushing technology to the max. But yeah, there's another console. Basically, Microsoft is having 5 console like bundles revealed every day of the week. So today was the Tomb Raider one, and we'll find out what the other 4 are. We'll probably have already found out what by the time we're watching this anyway. But so let's go to trending now. Basically, looking up the things that are trending on Twitter. I mean, it's a really easy fallback method for finding something to talk about, and it expands the mind because it lets me find new things that I probably wouldn't have seen anyway or read anyway. So, first thing is Olivia Munn wielding a sword. There's a video that she posted on Instagram where she's the actress and I forget if she's a model or not, but she's really good looking. But she basically has a katana and she's like doing crazy moves with it, and it's really cool. And it's mostly a funny video because in the background is her boyfriend, who is apparently the Packers quarterback, I think it was, Aaron Rodgers. He's kind of in the background and he's kind of just swinging it like a little kid would swing it, and while she's doing like all these cool moves in the foreground, so it was pretty funny. Other than that, there was some Gotham interview with some dude, I guess, who worked on that series for Fox. That is a really dumb TV show in my opinion. I haven't watched a lot of it, but from what I've watched as well, it's just the premise itself, where it's like, oh, Batman's so popular, so let's take not Batman, but the villains instead. Oh, and we really can't do anything with the villains because they have to go on to live to become the foes that we learn about in Batman, so there's no tension with any character deaths or anything. And also, Batman was the catalyst for them becoming supervillains, so them existing as villains prior, before they actually become, say, the Riddler or Penguin or, you know, these characters that we know and love, they're kind of regular people with somewhat villainous tendencies and mob type stuff. I don't know. It's just, I think it's really dumb. I really don't think, and especially the way like they have to hash the Joker in there because of course. I mean, maybe they'll have the reveal like, oh, it's not the real Joker or something like that dumb. But it's like, just why? It's like, why? Ugh, whatever. Anyway, WildStar's going free to play. Not big surprise there. it's, there's no surprise. That was expected. I mean, Guild Wars 2 went free to play. Like, who saw that? I mean, I like Guild Wars 2 a lot. I haven't played enough of it because I have only my rinky-dinky laptop and not a proper desktop, so I can't exactly run Guild Wars 2 at max, which sucks because I really want to play more of that game. And yeah, so Wildstar going free to play, not that surprising. Trevor Noah had his first daily show tonight. The opening monologue was actually really good. The thing that stuck out to me was he had very good delivery. The monologue itself is sort of like stand-up, which he's done before, where it's just you talking and telling jokes and having to do the timing right, as well as the images that the Daily Show has, where it has funny images that pop up that say funny things that make you laugh and chuckle, ha ha. Very cathartic, like Jon Stewart said. But yeah, it was pretty funny. He was very in one of the ending jokes bits, he was very self-aware as far as there's an analogy between John Boehner, leaving being the House Majority Speaker or Speaker of the House, and then Jon Stewart also leaving and having somebody new take in. And it was pretty funny. It was very self-aware. I also liked how he acknowledged that yes, women were approached to take the role, but they turned it down, and that reminded me that Jessica Williams, probably one of the best, I would say, correspondents that they have. She's really cool. She's the one with the really super long hair, and it's really cool. She's really funny, but I remember on Twitter she had spoken about turning down the job. There was kind of like a group, a social media group, I guess you could say, that was kind of supporting her and trying to push her towards taking over for John. But she said she was very underqualified and wasn't going to be able to do it. And so it was interesting. So maybe she was approached by Comedy Central to take over the job, and she turned it down for whatever reason. Then the other one is Autumn for 3 words for midnight. Ooh, sorry if that was a weird audio thing. Yeah, Autumn. I don't know. I really hate hashtags like this. I don't even know why I'm doing trending now, because it's all about stupid hashtags that are trending. Super Blood Moon was actually very pretty. I didn't really get a good picture of other people. Obviously, got super cool pictures of it and stuff. But seeing it was pretty cool. It wasn't super it's not noticeable, which they said it wasn't going to be noticeable, like a super noticeable difference in size and stuff, but the color of it was actually pretty cool. And apparently it's not going to happen until 2033, so woo. Another thing was a sports story. I don't care about sports, never will, so I didn't even try. Another one is Polygon wrote something. I guess there was an excerpt from one of the authors that they have who works there, some excerpt from his book about video games and growing up, the medium itself growing up. That's going to have its own separate thing. I have lots of thoughts, and it kind of addresses the whole games as art argument and counter argument, so that's way too in depth. Of course, Breitbart picked up on it. Those fucking shitty people. Konami says Metal Gear can continue with probably as a pachinko machine, most likely. Either that, or they'll have the people who work at the health spa, the females, probably dress up as Quiet. That's another way Metal Gear can continue, because yeah, no, Konami's not that great. Very much with Jim Sterling on that opinion there. And then last thing is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. The game everyone kind of thought wasn't going to be, have much depth to it. It's kind of just oh, you go around and you design people's homes, and that's it. Animal Crossing, a lot of people kind of expected that, but it turns out it actually is apparently really good and really fun. It doesn't really, I don't think there's an argument for oh, well, maybe it's not going to be as long as the Animal Crossing. It's okay, look, if it's fun, it's fun. Enjoy it. Video games don't have to be 60 hours of high quality entertainment. It's just hey, it's a fun little game that you can play for a few hours and get out of it what you get, and you enjoyed it, then hey, money well spent, time well spent. I don't care. But yeah, so thank you for watching. This is me talking to the void for September 28th, 2015. If you liked the video, you can subscribe, watch a bunch of other dumb stuff. Hopefully me and my friends will be doing kind of a best of the worst, except for video games. Hopefully we'll be doing that this weekend for recording, and then maybe I'll have it edited and up before the end of next week. We'll see. Like I said at the beginning, I have a day job. This isn't what I do, even though I want it to be what I do. But anyway, thank you for watching. Seriously, means a lot to me. You can follow me on Twitter, find all the other dumb antics I'm up to. And yep, that's about it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.